Libra, this Good Friday, the universe will free you from a cross that was not yours. You have a weight on your shoulders that isn't yours. You feel it, you wake up with it, you go to sleep with it, and you can't always pinpoint where it came from, but it's there, constant, heavy, as if you were carrying something that was placed on you without permission, without your consent, without you even realizing when it started. Libra, you carry so much that isn't yours. You carry the pain of others as if it were your responsibility to heal them. You carry the expectations of others as if it were your obligation to meet them. You carry guilt you didn't create, problems you didn't cause, responsibilities that were never yours to begin with. And you do it so naturally that you don't even question it anymore. You just carry it, and you get tired, and you get exhausted, and you keep carrying it. But Good Friday 2026 marks a turning point, not through magic, not through a passive miracle, but through a cosmic alignment that finally gives you spiritual permission to let go of what you should never have taken. And this permission, you needed it, because alone you would never let go. Because Libra doesn't let go of people, doesn't let go of responsibilities, doesn't let go of burdens until something greater says, it's time, enough, and that something greater is saying it now. So let me show you exactly what cross you're carrying that isn't yours, because you need to recognize it before you let go. It's a burden to be responsible for everyone's happiness. Libra, when someone around you is sad, you feel like a personal failure, as if it's your job to fix it, as if their happiness depends on you doing the right thing, saying the right word, being the right person, and you twist yourself, you mold yourself, you sacrifice yourself trying to make others happy. And when it doesn't work, when they remain unhappy despite everything you do, you feel guilty, inadequate, insufficient. But the happiness of others has never been your responsibility. It has never been your burden to bear. You can contribute, you can support, you can love, but you cannot carry the weight of making another person happy, because happiness comes from within. And if they don't find it within themselves, you can empty yourself completely, and it still won't be enough. It is a burden to maintain peace at any cost, and the cost has been you, your voice, your truth, your authenticity. Because every time you were going to say something honest but potentially upsetting, you swallowed it. Every time you were going to set boundaries but could create tension, you gave in. Every time you were going to stand up for yourself but could cause conflict, you stayed silent. And you called that being mature, being diplomatic, being someone who knows how to choose battles, but it wasn't. It was you sacrificing integrity on the altar of false peace, and peace built on the silence of your truth is not peace. It's prison. It's a heavy cross that bends you more each day. It is the cross of inherited guilt, and this one is subtle, so subtle that you don't even realize you're carrying it. But it's there. Guilt from a mother who never processed her own pain and passed it on to you. Guilt from a father who carried the weight of a previous generation and transferred it to you. Guilt from a family with unresolved patterns, and you, being as sensitive as you are, absorbed it all, and you feel guilty for things you didn't even do, for choices that weren't even yours, for the consequences of decisions made before you were born. And you carry this as if it were your responsibility to fix it, as if you could retroactively heal generations of family pain just by being good enough, by being perfect enough, by being what they never were. It's a cross from relationships that should have ended. You know what they are. A friendship that died years ago but you maintain with heroic effort because you can't bear the idea of disappointment. A romantic relationship that ended in practice but continues on paper because you hope that if you just try a little harder, if you're just more patient, if you're just more understanding, it will work out. A professional partnership that drains you, but you continue because you don't want to be the kind of person who gives up. And all those dead connections you refuse to bury, they're heavy burdens. They prevent you from moving forward because you're using all your energy to keep something dead standing. It is the cross of perfection, from having to do everything right, from not being able to make mistakes, from not being able to be human, because at some point you learned that love is conditional, that you are only valuable when you are doing everything perfectly, when you are balancing everything without letting anything fall apart, when you are being exactly what everyone needs without ever needing anything yourself. And you became a walking performance, always on, always agreeable, always composed. But underneath, on the bottom, you're exhausted. Because living on the tightrope of perfection all the time isn't life, it's survival. And survival with the burden of not being able to fail, it's a crushing cross. And Good Friday 2026 comes with a specific energy of liberation. It's not a random date I chose to sound spiritual. It's a real astrological moment where Venus, your ruling planet, makes a specific aspect with Pluto, which governs death and rebirth. And this encounter, it creates a portal where dying to the version of yourself that carries everything becomes not only possible but inevitable. And dying is frightening, even when it's dying to the version that hurts you. Because at least you know that version, you know that weight, you know that pain. And unknown to whom would you be without those crosses? It's terrifying, because who are you when you're not carrying them, when you're not compensating, when you're not sacrificing? But Good Friday answers, you are free, you are light, you are who you were born to be before the world burdened you with expectations that were never yours. And the liberation that comes is not passive. It's not about waking up on Friday and miraculously everything is different. It's about you being called to actively participate in your own liberation. Because the universe can create a portal, it can create a moment, it can create an opportunity. But you have to walk through it. You have to let go. You have to act. And action begins with recognition, with you honestly looking at what you carry and asking, is this mine? Is this pain mine, or did I absorb it from someone else? Is this responsibility mine, or was it placed upon me? Is this guilt mine, or did I inherit it? And when you look honestly, you discover that most of it isn't yours. It never was. And letting go isn't betrayal. It isn't selfishness. It isn't cruelty. It's justice. It's you returning to the universe what you should never have carried alone. And specifically on Good Friday, I want you to perform a ritual, simple but powerful. You write, on paper, everything you're carrying that isn't yours. Don't overthink it, just write. Let it out. So-and-so's happiness, family peace at any cost, guilt for decisions I didn't make, a relationship that died, impossible perfection, everything. And after writing, you read, out loud if possible, because hearing yourself say these things aloud brings clarity that reading silently doesn't. And you feel it. You feel the weight. You feel the absurdity of having carried so much for so long. You even feel anger. Anger at yourself for allowing it. Anger at others for putting it there. And anger is good. Anger is fuel. And then you destroy paper. Burn it if you can do so safely. Tear it into small pieces if you can't, but destroy it. And as you destroy it, you say aloud, I release what was never mine. I return it to the universe. I free myself. And it won't be dramatic. There won't be a flash of light. There won't be an instant magical feeling. But there will be something subtle, a small relief, a small space, breathing a little easier. And that's enough. It's a start. Because liberation is not a one-time event. It's a process. Good Friday opens a portal, but you will have to walk through it for days, weeks, months. Every time you feel the urge to pick up the cross again, you will have to consciously choose not to. Every time someone tries to place a new cross on you, you will have to consciously refuse, and that's going to be uncomfortable. People will react. People who are used to you carrying their burdens will be confused when you stop. They'll be hurt. They'll accuse you of changing, of being selfish, of not caring anymore. And you'll have to let them feel that way without you fixing it, without you compensating, without you picking up the cross again to prove that you still care. Because you can care without carrying burdens. You can love without sacrificing yourself. You can support without emptying yourself. And relationships that don't survive you setting healthy boundaries, they weren't healthy relationships to begin with. They were dependencies. And dependencies disguised as love are the heaviest crosses of all. And what happens next, after you let go, after you free yourself, after you finally stop carrying what isn't yours, you discover who you are, real, not a compensatory version, not a performative version, but essence. And essence is stronger than you imagine, clearer, more powerful, because it's not being diluted by carrying the pain of the whole world. It's concentrated, focused, directed towards what truly matters, and what truly matters, your own healing. your own growth, your own path, not in a selfish way, but in a healthy way. Because you can't serve as an empty cup, you can't give what you don't have. And when you finally stop emptying yourself by carrying other people's burdens and start filling yourself with your own purpose, you have so much more to offer. But you offer from a place of abundance, not depletion, and relationships change, but they don't necessarily end. Some do end, yes, those that were based on you being a martyr, but others grow stronger, because for the first time you are truly present, not as a savior, not as your own executioner, but as an equal, as a partner, as a person who also has needs, limits, and dignity, and work flows differently. Because you're no longer saying yes to everything for fear of disappointing, you're saying yes to what aligns you, not to what weighs you down. And when you work in alignment, instead of being overwhelmed, you produce better, you create better, you contribute in ways that truly matter instead of just adding volume. And what about this Friday specifically, and what you can expect in the days immediately following? Saturday will be silent. You will feel emptiness where there used to be weight, and emptiness will be frightening, because you are so used to weight that its absence feels wrong. It feels like you've forgotten something important, and you will have the urge to fill the emptiness with new weight. Don't do it. Allow emptiness, because emptiness is not absence, it is space. Space for something new to enter, something that truly belongs to you. Sunday will be a rebirth, symbolically perfect because it's Easter, but also literally, you'll wake up feeling different, lighter, not drastically, but noticeably, and you'll have the urge to do things you haven't done in a while because you were always too tired. Small things. Go to a place you love, call the person who fills you with joy, do an activity that energizes you. Do it, all of them. Because these small acts of self-care are a way to celebrate liberation. They are a way to honor the new space you've created. And Monday is when the real test begins. Because the world returns, demands return, people return, and everyone will expect the old version of you, the version that carries, and you will have to show, gently but firmly, that that version died on Friday, that now there is a new version, a version that loves but doesn't sacrifice, that helps but doesn't carry, that participates but doesn't become empty. And not everyone will accept it easily. Some will test you. They'll create crises to see if you revert to your old ways. They'll make you feel guilty for not being available the way you used to be, and you'll have to be strong, stronger than you've ever been. Because it's easy to drop the cross in a spiritually elevated Friday moment. It's hard not to pick it up again on Monday when someone is begging you to carry it for them. But you don't pick it up. You breathe. You remember why you let go. You remember the weight, the pain, the exhaustion, and you choose yourself again and again and again until choosing yourself becomes natural instead of an act of courage. Libra, I know this goes against everything you've been taught, against your very nature of wanting harmony, but harmony built on you carrying everything. That's not harmony. It's disguised imbalance. It's you giving 90 and others giving 10 and calling it balance, because at least it's working. But what about true balance? True balance is 50-50. It's reciprocity. It's you giving and receiving in equal measure, and to get there you need to stop giving what you don't have. You need to stop compensating for others' shortcomings. You need to allow others to carry their own burden, and that's not abandonment, it's love, real love. Because allowing someone to depend on you completely doesn't strengthen them, it weakens them, it keeps them infantilized. It prevents them from discovering their own strength. So when do you let go? When do you allow them to carry their own crosses? You're not being cruel. You're being the only one who truly loves them enough to let them grow. Libra, Good Friday 2026 will be remembered, not as a day where something magical happened externally, but as the day you finally allowed the internal transformation you had been trying to achieve for years. As the day you said no to weight, yes to lightness, no to the cross that wasn't yours, yes to the freedom that always was, and freedom is as frightening as the weight of crosses. But at least with freedom you are alive, you are breathing, you are being, and being who you truly are without the weight of others' expectations crushing you. That's what you came here to do. That is your true cross, your true mission. Not to carry the burdens of others, but to live your own truth fully. So on Good Friday, you let go, consciously, intentionally, completely, and you trust that the universe that burdened you will also sustain you in lightness. It will teach you to walk without weight. It will show you who you are when you are not bent over. And this person, this free, light-hearted and genuine person, they are worth all the courage it will take to let them be born.